Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the finance items.
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made and been seconded to approve the finance items. Is there any questions? All those in favor? Opposed? The ayes have it. And let's move on to the personnel schedule. Ms. Lucas?
Okay, I think you actually have 3 personnel schedules this time. Starting with the one I think dated, it was dated for the September 20th meeting. It was an addendum. Appointment of professional personnel. If you have any questions on those.
I was just looking over the personnel.
Well, no, absolutely.
Oh,
I
I'm
want
sorry,
you
I
to,
was-
if there are any
sorry.
questions.
I was waiting, I thought that there would be a lot of questions.
One of the things that I would like to tell you, and you may already know it, but we submit these regularly, and it depends on a variety of things as to how quickly, we get these back, because one of them we sent on September the 15th, but we did not get it back until September the 28th, and sometimes we get questions about, once we submit, why it's not back in a timely manner. We can't always answer those questions as to why they haven't. Maybe someone there is absent, and they can't get to it as quickly, or they need us to make some changes. And then actually we submitted one on September the 27th, got it back on September the 30th, which was a really quick turnaround.
And I do add that they do look at every name, because if they see a problem, they red flag it. So they do not just rubber stamp it, but they actually put the names or match them to their list. So we've come back with people to hire and find out in another county, and they've said, no, you can't. And we do not have all the information. You can do a check, a background check. So sometimes they can't help it. They're just looking out for us.
Right, and it takes some time, and they have us to make changes, and they're doing a lot of work for us, basically. So, and then I think the last one, we sent it on the 29th, and it came back the next day. So that's why we have so many this evening.
If the board doesn't have any questions, oh, you do, okay.
Great.
You're probably gonna ask mine.
No, I'm not. I was just curious, how do we stand now as far as total? Do we have still vacancies, or we have most of our positions filled?
Most of our positions are filled. We actually have one posting right now that has a math teacher at Harts Intermediate, And that was due to he actually got, I don't know how much his disability, because it's depending on, okay? So now it's not a vacancy pending a return of, now it's actually going to be a complete vacancy. So that's one of the vacancies we have. Midway, we're still looking at a special education teacher, that's one of our postings. Math teacher at Lincoln County High School pending the return of the one that was granted the leave. So we have to continue, posting for that. And the graphics design program, we've posted for a teacher. And of course, we're always posting for speech language. I think that's been an ongoing, and special education teacher at Hart, half-time at the intermediate and half-time at the primary. And we continue to post in order to try to get a certified person. We have posted for a kindergarten teacher at West Hamlin, and that is a new class. We have so many kindergarten students at West Hamlin.
So is that the 6th overage?
No, that'll probably be a permanent.
Third overage.
Yeah.
We had 5 before.
Uh-huh.
I thought we had 5
Yeah.
before, yeah.
And sometimes with those overages, they go away, as they did last year. Some of the kids do, and then we ended up with not an overage. So I think we lost maybe 2 or 3 of those overages in mid-year.
So you post them pending keeping the enrollment up, and if it's not kept up, and the teachers don't, they're.
Right, if it's an overage position we post, that depends on the number of students. If that number of students goes down in 2 months and we don't need them, then they are not there.
There used to be.
I know.
That was part of my question, and two, and you may have answered it sort of, how many people do we have out of field?
Oh, out of field, I'm not sure that I think we fill basically almost all of them, other than the subs that are holding these with infield people. I could give you
I'm just curious,
We've
We're
been
having
very,
trouble just getting the vacancies filled. Well, how many people are filling vacancies that are not, that's,
No.
they're out of field.
very, only if they're a long-term, we've filled almost all of them with certified people.
With certified people?
Certified people.
That's wonderful. Glad to hear that.
We've gotten several from out of state, different states, that have come to us, yes.
That's really good.
I'll after our certified report,
Yeah,
which
I know
is
you'll
due
do one.
this week, yes, we'll be able to give you the total, actually. But we're I'm real pleased and real proud that we've been able to do that. So I think that's just so beneficial for our students, to have certified people, so.
Any other questions? We're finished with personnel, so
That's awesome. All right, let's go to board discussion concerns.
I have a couple of things to share with you. Dr. Payne has 2 dates that he is giving that he could come down and have a meeting with the board. October the 8th at 12 o'clock. November the 12th at 1 o'clock. We're to choose one.
November the what, I'm sorry?
November the 12th at 1. And that's this Friday. He could come down at noon. Or November the 12th. And he would like the board to know whichever one you want, get one soon for you, and then one you're not quite ready for him, and one down the road. But he's quite busy, and he doesn't have, he's filled up, and if we don't go with one of these dates, then we're looking maybe even between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
You good on October 8th?
I am, yeah.
You good on October 8th? Good budget done.
I would prefer the November day we had. My
Okay.
other sister-in-law had hospital.
What about, will Miss Smith be back then?
Yeah.
I think she's coming home tomorrow, Doug said, right, Trish? Somebody said coming home tomorrow.
What's the-
But I don't know when she coming home is different than,
Does it have to be all aboard, or would it just be a?
it's just
It's
whatever.
not to be a meeting.
It is I think the purpose of the meeting is to discuss the future of where this direction this board's going in the county, when they're going to turn personnel over, when they're going to give it back, I think is the discussion of the meeting as I understand it. And again, I don't want to pretend, I didn't ask him what he's going to talk about, but I'm assuming that's what he's going to talk about.
If you really want to do it on the 8th, I can try to make other arrangements.
I just wanted to get it over because I'm afraid if something would happen on May the 12th, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe something would happen and.
November the 12th.
November the 12th. I'm afraid that we would get pushed back and keep pushing back. I mean, if we can rock this out this week and get this over with, then I think we'd be better. I think we'd be in much better shape. Just to get some type of word. We've been waiting on this thing for.
I'll try to make it.
We've been waiting on this for 2 months. Haven't been with it. I mean, if that's okay with you all, I mean, I don't care. Whatever you all want to do.
That's okay. It's all right.
So let's do it on October the 8th.
At noon.
Now, is this a meeting or just a informal?
This will be announced as a meeting, and we'll put it out to the papers, a special meeting. There'll be no one else on the agenda. There'll be no discussion from the public. It's simply him coming in, and he might even go into executive session at some point to talk with you all. I don't know, but that's always a possibility. So if it's okay, then I will ask him, the secretary, to allow that, if I may continue. The second thing I'd like to pass out, I was asked about, I met with the folks from the Department of Highways to discuss the bridge and where we are. And I have some kind of talking points or a guide, and I'll go through these. When I talk about the walking bridge on the river side, we had discussed earlier that it would require a 600 to 700 foot span because of the channel. It is not feasible. It is too costly, and one would consider $1 million cost to do that. If 150 feet would cost $200,000 to $250,000. The sidewalk up the riverside is again not feasible, would not be approved, would not do it, would not get any permits to do it, period. And by the way, there was 3 gentlemen that they brought for discussion. On the other side of the bridge, of the river, on the other side of the road, if landowners willing to sell first, and that's up in the air because I've heard that.
Now, I'm confused. Now, where are we on the other side of?
There's a riverside path, and then on the other side of the road, the hillside.
Oh, okay.
The other side.
The other side of Route 3.
If landowners willing to sell, and the board is agreeable, we could get sidewalk from bridge to ball field using or applying for a new grant of $200,000. That is the rough estimate. The big question, if landowners are willing. The survey cost and land acquisition, and that would require, again, all this is a guesstimate, 30 to 40 feet from the edge of the blacktop, and it would be counted as our in-kind cost of up to $40,000 for the new grant. If you recall, 20% is requirement.